Okay, close eyes, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, slow down your inhale and your exhale. Try to make them the same amount of time and make that the thing that you focus on. On your next inhale, slowly open your eyes. Everybody up. And heels together, hands at your side. First, we bow to each other. Right. Then we face pictures. And right. All right, so we've got a little bit of a moving lecture today, so feel free to keep your notebook by you in case you want to write down any of this, but most of this is watching a little bit of do. So before we start that, let's have Miss Johnson come up and get you guys sweaty.
Hello, everybody. Let's start off with some jumping jacks. Now remember, our jumping jacks are a little bit different than how we usually do them. So up and out, like we typically do. When we come back in, engage your core and give it a little tap. Do not tap your soft ribs. They could break. All right, ready? Each, knee, sub, she, go, roku, siji, haji, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, siji, haji, ku, ju. All right, go ahead and stop. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. One more time. Okay, so we're gonna do some conditioning warm-ups together. The first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna focus on our glutes today. First thing we're gonna do is bridges. So down on the ground. Okay, scoot your feet up as close to your butt as you can. Tilt your hips inward toward your belly button to engage your core. Hands flat out by your side. And we're gonna push up into a bridge, making sure that we're engaging our core and our glute muscles. We wanna focus on our glute muscles. When we come back down for the harder version, hover above the ground. For an easier version, go ahead and let your body touch the ground. Do the harder version for as long as you can. Ready? Each. Knee. Sun. She. At the top, try to squeeze your glutes together. She. Go. Roku. Siji. Haji.
Pause at the top. Momentarily pause at the top.
Ku. Ju. Give it a rest for a moment. We'll do 10 more. This time we'll give a little pause at the top for a little bit longer. Each. Pause at the top, squeeze the glutes. Back down, knee. Sun. She. Go. Siji. Haji. Ku. Ju. All right, let it rest. Okay, the next one we're gonna do is a kneeling side blade kick from the ground. So I'll show you what that's gonna look like from the side. We're gonna get on our hands and our knees. We're gonna pull our knee into our core. Take a look at the 45, which is where we're gonna kick. Kick out on the 45, back into our core, and put our feet down. Let me show you what that looks like from the front. So we're gonna pull our knee in, look, kick to the 45. We should feel this in our glutes. Pull our knee back into our core, place it down on the ground. Everybody got it? Thumbs up? All right. Okay, we'll do 15 each side. Ready? Each. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Roku. Siji. Haji. Ku. Ju. Each. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. All right, let's do the other side. Ready? Each. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Roku. Siji. Haji. Ku. Ju. Each. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. All right. Everybody on your feet. Take a deep breath through your nose. Good stretch. Out through your mouth. One more. Nice deep breath. Out through your mouth. Now let's do a dynamic stretch together. Feet a little more than hip length apart. What we're gonna do is we're gonna reach down to one side, slowly move our body to the other side, back up, and repeat opposite side. You can go at your own pace for this one. We'll do about 20 seconds. You guys can start, yeah. You should feel this stretch in the back of your legs, your hamstrings, maybe a little bit in your lower back and calves. Try to get just a little bit deeper every time. All right, that was 30 seconds. Thank you, guys.
All right, when I say hey Kodachi, you are going to put your right leg to the rear and your hands tight in front, getting ready for pivot kick routine, a crowd favorite. Hey Kodachi! Right leg is back, hands are down tight in front. First kick is straight forward kick with the right leg. H! Look to the left, pivot on that left foot. Next kick is going to be side kick with the ball of the foot in the same direction with the right leg. Knee! Look to the left, pivot on the left foot. Next kick is going to be side blade kick towards that right side. San! Look to the left, pivot on that left foot. Next kick is going to be back kick. Shi! Look left, pivot left, and here we are at the beginning. Straightforward kick, ichi. Side kick, knee. Side blade kick, san. Back kick, shi. Straightforward, ichi. Side, knee. Side blade, san. Back, shi. Ichi. Knee. San. Shi. Ichi. Knee. San. Shi. Ichi. Knee. San. Shi. Switch feet. Left leg is back. Every time we pivot, we are pivoting on that right foot. The right foot turns, but doesn't move. Straightforward kick with the left leg. Ichi. Look to the right, pivot on the right. Side kick. Knee, follow the foot. Look to the right, pivot to the right. Side blade kick. San. Look right, pivot right. Back kick. Shi. And to the front again. Ichi. Knee. San. Shi. Ichi. Knee. San. Shi. Ichi. Knee. San. Shi. Straightforward, ichi. Side, knee. Side blade, san. Back, shi. And relaxed position. That's Musubi Dachi. All right, so those are the kicks of pivot kick routine. Once again, in order, straightforward. That's with the ball of the foot. Side kick. That's also with the ball of the foot. Side blade kick. That's with the blade of the foot. And back kick is a strike with the heel behind you. So those are the weapons of the feet that you're using for your pivot kick routine. All right. Relaxed position, heels together, hands at your side. Upper body basics. Hey, Kodachi. Basic number 1, stepping with the right, punching with the right, back to your hip and back to ready position. Ichi. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Hantai, opposite side. Ichi. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Basic number 2, step forward right, turn your right fist at your hip, uppercut, back to your hip, back to ready. Feel free also when you step forward with this basic to bend those knees so that when you bring the uppercut up, you're driving up with your legs while keeping your heels on the ground. Ichi. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Hantai. Ichi. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Number 3, stepping right, punching left. Back to your hip, back to ready. Ichi. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Hantai. Ichi. Knee. Sa, shi, go. Basic number 5, step back with the right. Bring that fist inward. Pinky is towards you, thumb is away from you. Blocking to the center. And then lower block in front of you, making sure that your fist is only a fist's length away from your front thigh. Knuckles are pointing downward towards the floor, and the other hand comes in with a punch as the blocking hand returns to the hip. Let's do number 5. We'll go back to number 4 later. So again, number 5, step back, inside, block low, and punch. Return to hip. Ichi. Ni. Sa. Shi. Go. Opposite side. Step back. Inside middle. Lower. Punch. Back to the hip. Ready. Ichi. Ni. Sa. Shi. Go. Relax position. Okay, we're going to move very quickly. Down push-up position. You look good there. Ichi. Ni. Sa. Shi. Go. Roku. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Everybody up. Ready position. Basic number 4, step right, uppercut left. And remember, bend the knees, straighten the legs. Ichi. Ni. Sa. Shi. Go. Hantai. Ichi. Ni. Sa. Shi. Go. Basic number 6, step back with your right foot, smashing down with your left arm, middle block with your left arm, punch with your right as you pull the block back to your hip, and then back to your hip with the punching hand, step forward to ready. Ichi. Ni. Sa. Shi. Go. Opposite side. Ichi. Ni. Sa. Shi. Go. Number 7. Step back right. Stack those fists one on top of the other. We call this catch. C-A-T-C-H. Open hand middle block. And remember, we're folding that hand over the arm that's coming in. We're trying to hook over it. And then we're going to pull in as we come with a palm heel strike to the ribs. And then step forward to ready position. Ichi. Ni. Sa. Shi. Go. Hantai. Ichi. Ni. Sa. Shi. Go. Number 8, step back right, catch, open hand middle block again, but this time pulling into the hip as you come up with the other hand with an uppercut. Ichi. Ni. Sa. Shi. Go. Hantai. Ichi. Ni. Sa. Shi. Go. All right. Down for crunches. We'll do crunches today with feet flat on the floor, knees are up, fists are by the side of your head like this, trying to keep your elbows out to the sides, never forward. Each is going to be up off the shoulder blades and knee come back down, but never let your head hit the floor. Ichi, knee, 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 H, knee, H, knee, H, knee, H, knee, H. Keep breathing. And knee, relax. Roll over onto your stomach. Let those stomach muscles stretch out for a little bit. Push your right hip to the floor, look over the left shoulder. Push the left hip to the floor, look over your right shoulder. And everybody up slowly. Hey, Godachi! Basic number 9, stepping diagonal with that right leg, block overhead with your left arm, back towards the center, punch them. Ichi! Ni, san, shi, go, hantai, ichi, ni, san, shi, go. Number 9, stepping forward right. Point your elbow at the target. I say the target's the nose. Hammer it, recoil, and then punch with the other hand back to your hip, back to ready position. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, hantai, ichi, ni, san, shi, go. Basic number 11, another fan favorite. This time we step forward, bring that right arm across the body. We're stepping forward right arm comes across the body. Block low in front of you, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 punches. All of them come back to the hip. Try not to be like this with your punches. Bring them all back to here every time. Ichi. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Hantai, ichi, ni, san, shi, go. Number 12, step forward right, smash down with that right arm, middle block with the right, punch with the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Ichi. Ni. Sa. Shi. Go. Hanta. Ichi. Ni. Sa. Shi. Go. Don't let me fake you out. Very good. All right, take a brief break from basics. We're moving on to pin-on number 1. Here's what we showed you the first time we did pin-on number 1. First time we showed you pin-on number 1, you step out into what we call heigodachi with the right leg and your fists come to your hips, and hopefully there what you do is ki-ai. Ya! Make a noise. And the first group of techniques, the first count, was stepping forward with your left foot, catching on your right side, and of course you could bring your fist up here like you do in basic number 11, that's fine also. Block low in front of you, that's the important part, to block low in front of you with your left arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 punches, and then we come back to catch, both fists stacking over each other on that left side, and look all the way over the right shoulder to see behind you. Our hope is that you practice this enough to remember it. We want you to remember it because we're going to add more moves as we go along. So if you would cooperate with that, that would be fantastic. Make sure you practice and remember. We'll go over it a few times, the moves that you've already had, and then we'll add 2 more counts, and this will give you very close to half of the entire form. All right. With me, Higurachi. Count number 1 of pin-on number 1. 8. Block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Catch on the left, look over the right. Again. Relaxed position. Higurachi. Hajime. Block low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure your left foot is in front. Catch to the left, look over your right shoulder. One more time, relaxed position. Higurachi. Pin on 1, first count. 8. And then after the punch, back to your hip and catch. After that first count, the next thing we're going to do, the stepping is a little bit complicated, so follow with me. We're going to turn that right foot so it's pointed to our side, and then we're going to slide it this way. Sideways, slide it, and then you turn on the balls of both feet. If you do that correctly, you'll be facing the opposite direction with your right foot forward, and both fists are at your left hip. Since you have your right foot forward and you're turned around not facing me, you won't be able to see what I do, but I'm going to tell you what I'm doing and you'll do it expertly. Middle block with your right hand, and then punch with your left. That's the second count. After you do that, you're going to step back with your right foot into cat stance. Cross your arms in front of you like basic number 15. Look over your right shoulder and elbow strike. So this is all like basic 15. After you finish that elbow strike, you catch on the right hip and look all the way to your current left side because that's where you're going next. Again with me, Heigodachi. First count, Ichi, step forward left, low block left. 5 punches, back to the hip, catch to that left side, look over your right shoulder. Second count, turn that right foot, slide it, turn on the balls of both feet. Your right foot should be forward, and now you're facing away from me. Right arm does a middle block, left arm does a punch. That's like basic number 6. Next, we look over our right shoulder, step back right into cat stance, and we're going to do basic number 15. That's the third count. elbow strike. After that elbow strike, catch on the right hip and look left to prepare for the next attack. Okay, one more time. Pinon number 1 counts 1 through 3. Higurachi. Ichi. Low block 5 punches. Catch and look. Catch on the left hip. Come on, left hip. The other left. And slide that right foot. Turn. Middle block behind you. Turn around all the way. Middle block and punch. Second count. Third count. At this point, before you do the third count, that right foot should have been forward when you did the middle block with your right arm. So make sure that when you do the turn, you end up with the right foot forward. You did a middle block and a punch. And now we're going to look over our right shoulder, step back into cat stance with the right foot, and elbow strike. Once again, catching on that right hip, look all the way over to your left side. All right, we'll move back to basics, and then we'll jump right back on this Pinon number 1, make sure we have it nailed down. So from here, higurachi, basic number 13, step, step, diagonal, both feet move, boom, boom. Parry with that right arm, hook underneath, hit him in the head. Ichi, ni, sa, shi, go. Hantai, opposite side. Ichi, ni, sa, shi, go. Basic number 14, stepping forward with that right foot. Right arm comes across the body, your palm is facing the ceiling. We're going to rotate to palm down for that first shuto strike. And then it comes back, the other arm comes up, palm is away from you and elbow is back. To throw that downward shuto, we're going to rotate our torso so that we switch which direction our elbows are facing, and then downward shuto, recoil. If that's a lot of words, I'll make it a little easier. Step forward, shuto horizontal, shuto vertical. You don't have to worry about all the crazy things I'm saying with my hand and my face and my elbow. Ichi, ni, sa, shi, go. Hantai, stepping forward with the left arm. Ichi, ni, sa, shi, go. The last of our upper body basics, one that is heavily included in Shobu number 1, is basic number 15. Step back with that right leg into cat stance, arms across in front of you. The right arm will be on the bottom. That's going to be doing the elbow strike. Looking behind you, elbow. The other hand hammers forward. Forward to ready position. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go. Hantai, opposite side. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go. Finish in a strong ready. Fists are up high, as if we were going to start again, and then relax position. All right, moving back to pin on number 1, we had 3 counts. First count was stepping forward left. I'll mirror this time so you can see what's going on. Stepping forward left, low block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 punches. After that 5th punch, you're going to catch on your left side because your left foot's forward. That right foot turns and slides so that when you turn around completely, you'll have your right foot forward and you'll be able to do a middle block with your right arm. Punch with your left hand. Then, looking over your right shoulder, step back with your right foot into cat stance, right arm's on the bottom, looking over that right shoulder, elbow strike. Then you catch on your right side and look all the way to your left. Now we'll all do same direction. These have counts. So there's count 1, count 2, count 3 so far. Count 1, you ki or you say ichi on that 5th punch. Count 2, you ki or say ni on that punch after the middle block. Count 3, you ki on the elbow strike, san. That's Japanese for 3. Ichi ni san. 1, 2, 3. Hegurachi. Ichi. Ni. Right foot forward, turn, middle block, punch. San. Step back right, elbow strike, right. Catch on that right hip, look to the left. Again, Pinan 1. Hegurachi. Ichi. Catch and look. Catch on the left hip, look over the right. Knee. Slide that right foot, turn. Right foot's in front, middle block right. Punch left. Knee. San. Step back into cat stance right, look over the right shoulder, elbow straight. Catch on the right hip, look to your left. Again, Pinan 1. Expert level. Hegurachi. Ichi. Ni. San. And last time for now. Yes! Trust yourself. When you turn around, all you have to do is have your right foot forward, block right, and punch left. That's all you got to do. Knee. San. All right, relax position. Shake out those legs, shake out those arms. So here are common mistakes. In the beginning, you might accidentally do a middle block instead of a lower block. Just something to remember, the first one is a lower block. Other common mistakes, when you turn around for that first time, you might accidentally do a lower block. Second one is middle. So first we go low, because that's like the lowest number, and then we go middle, because that's a higher number. The other thing is, when you turn around completely, you want to do 5 punches again. I don't know why, but we all want to do that when we start. When we turn around, we want to do 5 more. You only need to do 1. You're an overachiever. Good. But only do 1 when you turn around. And everybody seems to do very well on the elbow strike, catch and look. So that's so far pin on number 1. Pin on number 1 has 10 counts. You finished the 3rd one, so you're almost halfway. I believe we call that less than a third. If there are 10 counts and you have 3. All right. Another thing to talk about today, so if you have your notebooks near you, you can take it out. A lot of this stuff is just memory. You won't, not much spelling. We're talking about guards and chokes. Guards and chokes. A guard is a way of picking up your hands or legs or positioning yourself to protect yourself from danger, to protect yourself from an attack. We all learned how to block. You've done a lot of blocks. You've done so many blocks each time you come to class that eventually, what I noticed is your body is remembering how to do it without you having to pay attention to it. So what blocks do we have? We have a lower block, we have a middle block, we have an overhead block, we have that inside middle that we do before the lower. We even have this thing where you pick your hand up, arm up on the side of your head and point your elbow. So those are all blocks. And blocks are fantastic if you know exactly what's coming. So a block is for what you see coming. A guard is for what you don't see coming. So picking up your hands in a protective fashion in front of your body is a guard. Let's go over the first guard that we teach people. Step back with your right foot. You could do your left foot too, either way. Depends on which side you like better. After you step back, notice I'm sideways. Both of my feet are on a 45-degree angle this way. We call this Seisan fighting stance, but that's not the most important thing. The reason my feet are on a 45-degree angle is this positions me so that I could easily move forward or back, but my body is turned, angled, almost completely sideways. Every good weapon you have, every good target you have, can be hit down this center line. Everything really juicy to hit you in is along this center line. We've got eyes, we've got nose, we've got mouth, we've got throat, we've got solar plexus, stomach, we've got groin. All of that stuff is stuff you want to protect. So how do we move it? We take our center line, we turn sideways, and now they have to come around to hit that. So anytime anybody's trying to come around, it's so much slower than coming straight. So we took our targets away by turning. Now, I'm going to take my left arm, or your right arm, whichever one, and I position it so that my fist is kind of in front of my nose and mouth. And my elbow is in front of my upper torso. So this is here to protect me from strikes coming in this way, strikes coming that way, if I wanted to use that hand. Overhead block this way. If I wanted to do an overhead block the other way, I'd have to use the other hand. A lower block this way, and an inside middle block this way. The other hand, I like to position it with my fist here by my lower ribs, kind of in between my elbow and my body. So if they wanted to hit me in the lower ribs, my fist protects it. If they want to hit me in the stomach, my arm protects it. If they want to hit me in the solar plexus, they'd have a hard time too because my arm's in front of there. And what's great about that is that not only am I in a position to block and protect myself with blocks if I need to, but I'm also in a position to strike back. We have a beautiful technique from here, a hammer fist, and the other hand's ready to twist that hip and throw a punch. So what we'll do for now, Miss Johnson, if you can mask up and come on over here. We'll do a little bit of a sparring drill utilizing your guard. So I've got my hands up to protect myself, and Miss Johnson's going to slowly and carefully throw punches towards me, good enough so that even if I was slow, I could protect myself from them. The important thing is not so much how you block, but it's that you blocked. Okay? The important thing is to block, not how you blocked. Second most important thing, if you notice, when Miss Johnson threw her technique, I didn't leave my hand there. As soon as I block something, I put my hand back where it's supposed to be. So stand up, please. Take your guard. Remember, you're turned sideways. Whatever, stay here, please. Whatever hand you have up in front, that's the one protecting your face, and your elbows in front of your torso in the upper half. The other hand, elbows tight to your stomach, and that other hand is in front of your ribs. What's going to happen is Miss Johnson is going to be right here. Let's be right here. And Miss Johnson is going to throw punches, and all you have to do is block the punch appropriately. So if it's straight, you know you have to go inside. If it's round, you know you have to block outside. If it's towards your head, you have to block up. If it's lower, you have to block down. Begin. Hey! Well, you gotta do something. Punch slower, Miss Johnson. Round and slower than you. Hey!
right, here comes a round. Another
Remember,
round.
after every block, your hand has to return to a guard, otherwise you left yourself open.
Straight.
Pick your hands up in front of you. Please pick your hands up in front of you. Pretty please? Thank you.
Round. Another round.
That's it. Good job, Miss Steeds. Miss Hoban's having a lot of fun. Good. Don't worry, this is the safest sparring you'll ever do. Okay, you're all doing a pretty good job. Make sure you keep your hands in front of you and not off to the side. Don't leave an opening. All right, speed it up. Speed it up. They're doing too good. Nice. Kicks too. Throw some kicks in there. Oh, you got hit. Come on. Let's see some tricky techniques. Come on, Miss Johnson.
Some what?
Some tricky techniques. Come on. They're getting too good. They're blocking like almost half of them.
Didn't see that one coming.
Don't worry, it's video. You can block late. You can block late. Keep your hands up. All right, stop. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. So, if you were sparring, this is the type of guard you would take. But wait, don't sit down yet. There are other types of guards, more self-defense related guards. We were doing kind of a sparring thing that you would do in class. But there are other types of guards that are less obviously combative. If I pick my hands up like this means I don't want trouble. Please don't hurt me. That's what this means. And not only does it mean that to the person who's the aggressor, it means it to everybody who's there. They see one person go like this, and they know that that's the person who wants to hit the other one in the face. They see the other person go like this, and they think that's the person who doesn't want trouble. I am a person who doesn't want trouble, but sometimes trouble finds me. But I have to adopt a protective and obviously non-hostile stance like that. But we can use that to our advantage when fighting, or if we have to be in a fight. So Miss Johnson's gonna come back up and I'm gonna hit her, because I'm gentle. So my hands are up like this to protect myself. What she did was pick up her hands like that in fists. And that was a message to me. And the message was, your face is gonna get punched. Now, if I can leave, I'll leave. But since I can't, I'm gonna pick those hands up. She's really got only a couple of choices. She can punch straight or punch round. If she punches straight, it's going in between my hands. A great thing for me to do would be to just turn my body a little bit. If it was the other hand coming in, a great thing to do would be to turn my body a little bit. I didn't have to do anything special with my arms. When that punch came in, if I turn my body, I make a position like this. One hand on the outside, one hand on the inside. I moved my face out of the way. From there, we can do that armbar thing that we were talking about the other day, this armbar technique. What if she came round? I can still turn towards that big round hooking punch. So if it's round, I move my hands towards that big round hooking punch. I have a hand on the inside. Wait, this is on the outside. And I have a hand on the inside. Outside, inside. Here I stop the punch. Here I might have needed help also. But you know what else is close to here? This. This is close to there. So when that punch comes in wide, I can block with one hand and strike to the face with the other. And then we have this beautiful throw that we talked about the other day, Osoko Gary, where we knocked them down on the floor. Same thing on the other side. Punch comes in round, block and strike. That's just with these hands that said I don't want trouble. And then I can do my takedown. So, a thing to practice is to pick up your hands, and if something's coming in towards the center, move your face out of the way, and you can hit the elbow and strike that and move it in the wrong direction. And if they're coming round, you move your hands into it, one hand towards the face, the other hand blocks the arm. You don't need to take somebody down or do an arm bar, but if you struck that elbow, that would take the arm out of commission. And if you palm heel them in the face, we know that that's a good design for disaster. Today, when we did basic number 8, I showed you with an uppercut. Normally we do it with the palm heel, okay? In Ishinryu karate, the technique is an uppercut. And that's something that takes a long time to do, to learn how to make a fist properly so that you can do damage with the fist and your fist doesn't get broken. The palm heel's easier and quicker, but I thought I'd show you a little bit of what Ishinryu karate does normally for basic number 8. The next thing we talk about here is chokes. So we talked about punching and kicking and kind of blocking that and guarding against that. There's also the possibility that somebody could choke you. Pretty much 2 directions they could choke you from, the front and the back. If Miss Johnson's choking from the front, she's very happy to do it. If Miss Johnson's choking from the front, it looks like that. Almost everybody chokes from the front by putting their hands on your neck. There are a lot of fancy things I could do, but what's amazing is you already have a straightforward punch, which works really well at making somebody let go of you when they punch you. Everybody's really worried about the hands that are on their neck, and they immediately try to do this, and they're still getting choked. Instead of that, you could drive an uppercut or a palm heel towards the face, and that would easily make them go away. If their hands are on your neck, their hands aren't hitting you. So you could stick thumbs in eyes, grab onto lips and pull them. You could take an ear and rip it right off the side of their head. But here's a good self-defense technique from a choke that doesn't involve hitting you. So she chokes, I'm gonna lift up my arm, and I turn in the opposite direction of my lifted arm. So I lifted up the right, I'm gonna turn towards my left. Choke, please. Choke, please. That's good. That's a good choke. I lift up that arm, and I turn. And it's hard for her to hold on. If I wanted to do a technique after that, an elbow strike would work great, or even better, a back kick would work even better. So they choke, lift up your arm. If you lift it up the right, you turn to the left. If you lift it up the left, you turn to the right. And that releases the hold on you and follow up as you'd like. All right, so I'm coming into choke. Let me see. What happens? One arm up and turn all the way. That's it. One arm up and turn. Turn all the way around. And make sure your arm is up high, because if Miss Johnson grabs onto my neck and I pick up my arm like this and turn, I haven't broken the hold. So make sure your arm is up higher than your head so that you can do that. Some people say, I'm a dreamer, some people say that after you go like this, you should wrap around their arm. I don't want to fight her. I want her to let go of me. All right, so I come into grab. Let's see again. Lift up that arm and turn in the opposite direction. And you turn completely around, because your exit is that way. That's the way you're going. Don't turn halfway. Don't turn a little bit. Turn all the way around. Keep moving till you forget that this jackass showed up and grabbed your neck. No offense. The other way that you can get choked is from behind. We call this a mugger's grab, because back in the 80s, when there used to be muggers, that's what we called them, a mugger would come around and grab you around the neck like that. I don't want to be grabbed like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first make an airway, because I'm being choked. How do I make that airway? I'm going to take both hands and pull down on the elbow. And then I tuck my chin in. When I do that, it gives me a little bit of time to catch my breath, to let air flow through my throat. People say, but what if they're not wearing a sleeve? Nice biceps. When they grab on, everybody's wearing clothes. You just don't know it. You can grab the skin and pull on it. Everybody's wearing a suit of skin around them. So don't worry, they always have a sleeve. So they grab around your throat, you're gonna hold it with both hands and get your chin tucked in there. Once you've done that, pulled down and gotten your chin tucked in, you're gonna reach for their shoulder and you slide the foot back down to a knee, tuck your chin.
Are you gonna throw me?
And then you're gonna lean forward. Your head will not pop off. The reason your head won't pop off is because you made that airway. So do with me. Grab on, thank you. Grab onto their elbow, pull, tuck in your chin. Reach up with your right hand for their shoulder, or their hair, or their face, or their ear. Take that right leg, bring your knee down to the floor. You're going backwards, not forwards. So you knock their legs backwards, and then you lean forward, and they fly over. All right, again. They choke, you grab. Pull. Tuck in your chin. Reach up with that right arm. Slide that right foot back to the knee, and turn. Again, they grab, you grab. Tuck chin. Grab shoulder. Bring the back knee. And bend forward and twist. Knock them down. Again. Grab, tuck, hold shoulder, back to the knee. Throw. Come on up again. Grab, tuck, shoulder, back, throw. Again, grab, tuck, shoulder, back, and throw. And we devised a genius name for that. We call it mugger's throw. So 2 ways to deal with chokes, one from the front, one from the back. We talked about guard, one that we use for sparring normally, and one that's good for self-defense in general, hands up. And that's our class for today. We'll bow out. And if you can stay for a drink today, that's great. If not, maybe next time. Heels together, hands at your side. Ready? Ready? Thank you. Come back with a drink. We'll see you in a moment. If you have any questions, I'll answer those too.